My first car was this 1968 Volvo I bought for $500 in 1977. I loved that car and drove it all over Florida chasing waves and women. It was bulletproof and never left me stranded. Eventually I wore the thing out though and needed something fresh, so I got this 1976 Toyota Celica GT. Another super dependable car that I drove everywhere, including a solo cross-country trip from Naples, Florida to Huntington Beach, California in 1981. I love that car too, especially because my surfboard could lock up inside, which was important when traveling. It didn't have room for much else, and I really needed something I could haul my surfboard, bike, and camera gear, as I was just getting into photographing models around Florida that I had met. I traded the Celica GT for a new Camaro Z28 in 1982, and while that car could hold my board inside, it also didn't have a lot of room. It was a fun car to drive, but I hated driving it to my construction job, so I bought this Buick Beater to drive to work and the beach. While two cars seemed like the ideal solution, I still didn't have the cargo space I needed for travel endeavors. In 1986, I bought this two-door Jeep Cherokee and finally had a vehicle that ticked all the boxes. I could put my board on top and my bicycle inside while driving, and then put the board inside when I needed to lock everything up. There was plenty of room for all my camera gear, and the models loved it because it was a discreet place to change outfits and bikinis. The mirrored tint windows also gave them a way to check their makeup. I had a lot of good times in that Jeep. It was another super dependable ride that never left me stranded. The only drawback was its four-cylinder engine that struggled to pass a semi on a two-lane road. So in 1989, with 110,000 miles on it, I traded up and got this new Jeep Cherokee with a six-cylinder engine and four doors. It had even more room inside, and the models loved it. I drove that Jeep all over, and it was another super dependable ride. I put 240,000 miles on it, and by that time I had become a big believer in the Jeep brand. What I really wanted was to add a CJ Jeep to my garage, so I'd have the best of both worlds. A Jeep Cherokee for trips and going out at night, and a CJ for fun in the sun and days at the beach. A CJ8 Scrambler would be perfect, because the longer back bed would accommodate my board or bicycle for those beach runs. As luck would have it, in 1993 I stumbled upon one for sale in the Auto Trader. It was a one-owner, low-mileage 1981 Scrambler with a 258 six-cylinder engine. It had several options in addition to the Renegade trim package, like power steering, power brakes, AC, and the tack and clock. It looked almost exactly like this when I drove it home, except it had the white wheels instead of chrome. Now I had the best of both worlds with my 1989 Jeep Cherokee and a 1981 CJ8 Scrambler. With 250,000 miles on my 89 Cherokee, it was time for a new one again, and I got my third Jeep Cherokee new in 1999. Another super dependable ride that saw more models than mechanics, and I would eventually put 250,000 miles on that one as well. By that time it was really worn out, so I upgraded again and got this 2015 Jeep Cherokee Laredo. That Jeep was a big jump from the 1999, mostly in the comfort features like being able to pair my phone. It's really nice and very comfortable for a big guy like me to drive. Coupled with my Scrambler, I continue to have the best of both worlds. So now that you know I'm a dedicated Jeep guy, let's take a closer look at my CJ8 Scrambler. Because I had a Jeep Cherokee, The first thing I did when I got the Scrambler home was take off the roof and doors and those wood sideboards. If it was nice out, I could take the Scrambler, and if I needed the enclosure the Cherokee offered, I'd take it instead. The best of both worlds. The Scrambler was really dependable. While based in Central Florida, I drove it to Miami, Naples, Tampa, Daytona, New Smyrna Beach, and Cocoa Beach. It was really fun driving it on the beach, especially during events like spring break. Somewhere along the line, the dependability started to become suspect, and I found myself having to fix things on the Scrambler more and more. It started with little stuff and worked up to a hole in the header and needing new brakes. That had it sitting for a while, and since it lives outside, the inevitable rust monster made its move. Now it isn't drivable and needs a full restoration. I don't want or need a concours level restoration. I just want it to be safe to drive and looking nice. My Scrambler is one of my favorite possessions, and I had so many great times in it. I don't think I'll ever let it go. I have few attainable dreams left, and getting my CJ8 back to the way it was in those glory days is one of them. Driving my Scrambler down the beach to the jetty at New Smyrna for a surf with my friends would be a dream come true. Just between you and me, the main reason I started my YouTube channel was to make just enough money off of it to fund the restoration of my Scrambler. Unfortunately, at the current rate my channel is going, I'm losing hope I'll be able to breathe new life into my Jeep and realize my dream. Here's a look at my CJ8 Scrambler back around 1997 as I take it for a drive around Orlando. Real nice. What year? What year?
1928.
Beautiful.
Tonight